Hey, it's Mary Ellen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Today I'll be decorating and filling out my September currently page. And I'm going to be using this new sticker book from Happy Planner. It's called 𝘰𝘧𝘪𝘐𝘓. It's part of their fall release. I adore it. I think it's so pretty and neutral, and there's just a lot of elements about it that I like. So I wanted to use it for September because it felt like a good transition into fall. I'm also going to be using this 𝘰𝘧𝘪 𝘠𝑚 kit. This is one of their monthly kits, I think from last year. I don't know that it's still available. I'm thinking probably not, but if it is, I will link it for you. I also have some 𝘰𝘧𝘪 𝘠𝑚 tape that I'm probably going to be using. I also have these stickers that I got from, I don't know, I think either Temu or 𝘰𝘧𝘪 maybe. I've had these for a while. I think they're really pretty. And it just feels like a good transition from summer to fall if I have some browns and also some greens in there. And I try to do that in September because fall doesn't start until usually the third week in September, right? So I feel like I don't want to go full on fall for my September currently page just yet because I'm still hanging on to summer just a little bit, and it's like a transitional spread. I'm doing something a little bit different in this September currently page. So usually I write currently prompts and write what I'm eating and drinking and watching and listening to and all that kind of stuff. But today I think I'm going to do something journaling related. Lately I've been feeling a little out of control, like a little bit like things are falling through the cracks, and there's some things in the back of my mind that are bothering me as far as like things I have to do that I'm putting off, or just things in my life that aren't quite right. And I thought it would be helpful to sort of have a place in my planner to jot these things down and maybe start setting up a plan of how I can take care of some of these things or solve these problems. So down here is going to be a space that I do that. However, every month this year, I'm writing what my grandchildren are doing, Levi and Lenny. So I want to have a place for that. So I think what I might do is forgo the priorities this month and use this for Levi and Lenny. I'm not sure yet. We're going to see how this spread comes to life, and then we'll decide at that point. I have this sticker book, like I said. It's very, very, very cute. I've used some of the stickers already for one of my patron spreads, but it's so neutral and fun, and I'm not like a neutral girly typically. However, sometimes I like a neutral spread. This one's obviously not going to be completely neutral because we're going to have greens in here, but I think September is always a time when I want to go more towards neutrals or muted colors because I go crazy in the summer with bright colored spreads, like really bright, fun spreads, whimsical spreads in the summer. I like to tone it down when we're like heading into fall, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to use this Focus on You sticker because I feel like that's going to match my theme, right? So I think the first thing I'm going to do then is use this space for this sticker, but I don't want to just put it on there because I feel like it'll look kind of boring. So we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take the paper that came in this kit, and I thought maybe I would use these two colors. I'm a sucker for gingham paper and gingham stickers and gingham everything, so this is really fun. And then I feel like this one's a nice color background, and it also matches this pretty well. So it's gonna maybe coordinate. So I thought what I'd do is cover up this whole square with this, and then we're gonna do something else with that. But let's do this first. And I'm just gonna take a pen and sort of mark where to cut. Maybe we'll take it to like here. And we will take it to here. Now I'm going to get my paper trimmer. This is a Fiskars trimmer. I use this for a ton of stuff. I also have a small one though. Maybe I should use the small one for this because I want to show you that one as well, and I haven't really shown that to you like ever. So hang on. Actually, I can't find it right now and I'm impatient. So we're going to use my Fiskars trimmer, and we're going to cut the piece of paper that's going to go over there. I'm just going by those little marks I made. I'm going to link everything I use in the description box if I can find the stuff. Some of it won't be available anymore, but I'll do my best. Okay, so we are going to take some Tombow adhesive tape and put it on the back of this. And we're just going to cover this whole section up. I just realized that you can kind of see that pen. I meant to put that on the other side, but it is what it is. It's not too bad. So like I said, I'm going to be using this sticker, and I'm going to take this right off here and put it onto this paper, and we're going to cut around it to make like a gingham circle around it. I think that's going to be cute because I want to include some of this paper in there. I could do it like as a square, but I sort of like the idea of cutting around it like this. It's not going to be completely even, and I don't care that much. It's just supposed to be a fun background, so it's going to look kind of off. I'll do my best, but it's not a big deal either way. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good. It's not the best. Like the bottom part maybe needs a little help. Ooh, I did it too much. I knew I was going to do that. Well, I guess I'm trimming it around the edge to make it the whole thing smaller then. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, that's the problem when you try to fix something. Actually, where's my reading glasses? That might help me. When you try to fix something and you like cut it shorter to match the other side, then it doesn't match, and then you have to keep cutting, and then it gets smaller and smaller. That's why I never cut my own hair, because I feel like I would do that. You know, if I cut my own bangs or something, that I would just keep going until there was nothing left to even it up, right? That's what I'm trying to do here, and it's a little much. Okay, that's good enough. So my intention was to have it go inside there and not have it come out, but it's not too bad. I didn't realize this was going to be so big on there. I think I will put it there though. Okay, so this time I'm going to use an 𝘠𝘗 glue stick. When you're gluing things down your planner, try not to like put too much glue on there because it will warp the page if you're using glue stick, I mean. But since this is going on top of paper and then that's going on top of paper, I think we're okay. And this isn't going to be totally even or straight, but I think that's okay. It's a little heavy at the top. I think I cut that not great, but when you're looking at your planner later, you're never going to notice those little things. I don't know what I'm going to do here yet. My thought though with these leaves was to sort of bring it over. I was going to bring it over this, but now I realize I can't really do that. So maybe on the sides. I'm going to wait on these and sort of put them in at the end when I figure out what I'm doing with that. Since this is going to be a section that I use for Levi and Lenny, I think what I'll do is cover that up. I could use this green paper. I mean, if we use these, it's sort of a similar tone. And what I might do is put like a strip here to separate the two. I'm not sure yet though. Okay, let's cut this one down. This time I put the pen on the other side like I was supposed to. We will cover that up. Okay, so for this section down here, I was going to use these. So I just have to sort of figure out what to do here then to sort of match that vibe and this vibe. It's all about vibe matching, you know what I mean? I thought I would do like one box for Lenny and one box for Levi. I don't want to go full on black because then it's going to make this just look so light. These are pretty. I will be taking the arch off if I use those, but let's see. I like these, but I don't quite want them on this page. And these are really cute, but they're a little small. Okay, I think I'm going to use these. I'm going to use one of these and one of these. And with arched boxes, you can always cut them down, and then you're going to have a regular box sticker. And then you can use this piece for something else later on if you want to. So we have one for, I'll use this one for Levi since it's a little more masculine than this one, although it really doesn't matter and you can't even see that these are leaves, but This will be Lenny's. So my grandchildren are babies, and they're both under a year old, and they're growing up so fast, and they're doing new things every month. So that's why all this year I've been, not all this year, actually, I don't think I started it until maybe Lenny was born in March, but I've been documenting each month what they're doing, like what they're currently doing, the new things they're doing. So I want to make sure to do that. And I know some of you, was it last month? Yeah, some of you were concerned last month that I forgot to put the prompts in for them, and I did forget. So thank you for reminding me. And later I went in and I wrote it right here. So Lenny is making happy screech sounds, and Levi is saying baba and starting to pull up on things a little. So that I wrote them in the sand like someone suggested. I'm glad that you guys told me that. Thank you. If I ever forget, just let me know. Okay, so let's see. How do we want to do this? I could actually write Levi and Lenny in like bigger letters and do arrows toward them. That would be kind of cute. It's either going to overlap a tiny bit or, well, maybe if I pull this one off and let's try again. Sorry, talking to myself again. You don't know what I'm talking about, probably. I didn't want them to touch, really. I either want them to not touch, or I want them to touch a lot. And I guess it depends. Am I going to put something there in between? All right, let's look at the sticker book again, because if I put something there, then I do want to move it over a little bit more. Is there strip stickers in here? So there's scallop strips here. But then what happens if it's like just one way? Would that be weird? Maybe I want to put it underneath here instead. Let's see what we can do. Oh, look, I could slide it right under there. I don't know though, because there's going to be scallops on the boxes. Is that too much scallop? Can you ever have too much scallop? Maybe not. All right, let's keep the middle as is. And we're just going to do a little bit of overlap here. Okay, that's better. Maybe I should have used these. They would be kind of cute on there, but it's too late. So yeah, I don't think it's too much scallop. I mean, it's a lot, but I don't think it's too much. I like the clean look of this. I like it. It looks a little more finished. So let's leave that on there, and we'll just cut it off at the edges. Actually, first I want to white out that take note part because I don't like it there. I don't know why it's there. We're going to take a 𝘬𝘗 white gel pen and just color that in a little bit. Whoops, I cut that really crookedly. See how crooked that is? I tried to fix it. Oof, that's rough. That is really jankety right there. So what I'm going to do is take a black pen and just sort of fake it. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened. I had a hard time cutting that one. I think I need to change the blade on my craft knife. It was a little dull. So what I'm going to do is take, let's see, a Pigma Micron, a small point one, like maybe a size 3 if I can find it here, even a size 1. All right, here's a size 3 Pigma Micron. We're just going to go in and try to fix this, make it look like normal. If not, I can always get another strip and put it over there, but let's try to fix it first. Oh, I messed it up a little more. And we can go in with a white gel pen and try to clean it up a little. You know what? It's good enough. Okay, I'm going to take a moment and write Levi and then with a little arrow, and Lenny with a little arrow. I guess I'll just use a black pen. Maybe this Pigma Micron size 1. I like having different sizes of these pens. These are great drawing pens. I'm going to make the font be like a serif font because there's serifs on these letters, so I want it to kind of match a little bit. Okay, I think that's cute. Now I'm just going to write in what they're doing. Levi is 9.5 months now, and he's starting to eat a lot more solids and seems to want what everyone else is eating, even though he can't have it yet. He's also really doing his own version of crawling quite a bit, and he started to make new sounds like ma 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 and things like that. Lenny is 5.5 months old, and she's starting to try to sit up. She's also trying to crawl, which is crazy. It's so early. She's still screeching and making all sorts of different sounds and belly laughing more. And she really is like paying attention to what everybody's saying and doing. She like locks in. Now that this section is pretty much complete, we're going to work on the bottom section. And the first thing I'm going to do is use this Tombow dual brush pen in the color 942. And I'm going to make just a line across here. And you're going to see why in a second. Off camera, I grabbed this sticker book from 𝘏𝘗 𝘈𝘮𝘣. This is Alpha Basics Volume 3, and it has a whole bunch of different letter stickers that are kind of small. And I wanted it to be sort of smaller words here so that it wouldn't take up too much space. The thing I do when I want to center letter stickers on the page, because if you start putting them down here, you're not going to be able to get it perfect, and I like to have it pretty centered, so I put them on a ruler. So this section is going to be called What's Been Weighing on Me. I really went back and forth about what to call this because some of it's tasks that are just undone and some of it is just things that have been bugging me about my life. So I'm just calling it What's Been Weighing on Me. And I thought I would just put these stickers over that little section. I know it's going to be like a little bit bigger. But anyway, what you do when you have it on the ruler, you just put the stickers on the edge. This is not a perfect system, but it works pretty well. You put them right on the edge and then you move it back and forth and just making sure it's centered. So that's what I'm going to do here. I actually think I made this line a little low, so I think I'm going to start it and do it over the line a little bit, if that makes sense, like on top of the line. So you just turn it like this and put them on the page and then hold the letters down while you pull off the ruler. Again, it's not always perfect, and some of the letters might come off. See, they don't always all go on there, but for the most part, it helps you to center them. And then you can just put the stickers on the page in the place you want them to be. So even with that trick, this is not centered exactly, but I don't mind all that much. Now I'm going to take a black pen and just do a little apostrophe because there wasn't any in the sticker book. I have 3 of these boxes, so I'm going to do 3 things that have been weighing on me. But before I put the boxes down, I thought it might be fun to take this washi tape. Like I said, I was going to use this and maybe make diagonal stripes to put the boxes on top. Like say I did something like this. Like one there, you know what I mean? And then maybe have some coming down from there. Let's just make sure we can put all 3 on here because I don't know. Yeah, I guess they're gonna have to go like boom, boom, and then one in the middle down here maybe. I'll put this one down first. I'm gonna just put it down gently so that I can move it if necessary. And then I feel like maybe I could do something like that and then cut it there like it looks like it's underneath there. I know these all say take note, but I'm going to cover some of that because I don't like that they all say that. Actually, before we put these down, let's white out the holidays at the bottom. I never really want the holidays on this page. This is not what I use this page for. Some people might, I just don't. So I don't really ever look at the holidays on here. I could overlap, but I don't think I want to do any layering here. Okay, let's put this one here. And this one maybe here. That kind of makes sense. And then we'll put some tape around them. Which is what I should have done with this one. The tape is under there, so it might be hard to write, but I'm just gonna leave that alone since it's already on there. And let me take a craft knife and sort of cut here. Whoops. I did it wrong. Shoot. Wait a minute. I forgot that I had this under there. Let's pull this whole thing up. I don't know how I forgot that. It's literally right in my face like that. Okay, let's just put this down and we'll do what I said the normal way. So it looks like it's underneath it, but it's not. And then we're gonna just take this and act like it's that same line so that we can get that angle here. Now we can use this piece somewhere else. Maybe how do we want to do this? Like this. Then we'll cut around the box here. Hopefully this will work. If not, we have more tape. Oops, I cut into the box. Shoot, that is not good. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, before we write on these, let me just check those leaves, because if I use some of these, maybe I could put like some here, you know what I mean? I know it's so much greener than that, but I think that's okay, especially if we put some on top here. I think that's pretty. And we'll take this extra piece that I just cut and maybe do something with this. All right, wait a minute. Let me get another one. If I do it here, then I have to do another piece coming across here. I don't know. What else can we do down there? Maybe there's like another one of these. Let's see. Have a beautiful day. Oh, there's also clear ones in here. There's these. I've used a couple already. I also have this kit still, where there's several pages of stickers here, but I don't know that I want to add other color into here. Okay, wait, before we do that, sorry, I'm like all over the place, I know, but I think this is really pretty so far and I don't want to make a mistake. So I have these bows from that kit and I think they're so cute. So what if we took, I only have two though. But I thought these would be so cute to put on, right? Or I could just put one on there. I could take some of this paper, and yes, I could make another bow, I suppose, but it's not the right size, and also it would look weird. But I could like cover up that take note with a piece of that. Let's see what this would look like. I'm just sort of trying all the ideas I can think of right now just to see if I want to do them. I could take it all the way across and then put a little box sticker there. That might be cute. Now, where do I want to put the bow? Because I think I should only use one if I'm going to use these. Let's see. Could be that one, or this one, or that one. I feel like this one might make the most sense, or this one. Okay, I guess we'll put this bow here, and let's put these over here, which is covering up that take note. And hopefully there's some tiny box stickers in that sticker book that'll match. And there's less room to write on this one. I'll figure it out. So these have adhesive on the back, which is nice. I used one of these in a different color in, I think it was my March currently page when I made page for my granddaughter who was born in March. I'm going to go up as high as I can while still covering the words because I want space to write. Okay. Oh, it looks so cute. I feel like these are a little bit cooler of a color, so I want to stick with the warm ones, which is 2 left then. I have these 2. So I think we want to go like that, maybe, and then like this. I think, I'm not sure what we're doing at the top of the page yet, but we'll figure that out too. Might use this at the top. It's covering up the S a little bit, but we'll fix that. I know that looks a little weird there, but we're going to put a box sticker over there, remember? This is tricky because I can't turn it like that. You're going to see the cut. I can't turn it like that because that'll be sticking there. Let's try this other one. There we go, that's better. Do I want to put one little piece over here? Maybe, because that feels very white on that side. We're kind of doing some sticker surgery and just cutting these down a little and seeing what will fit right here. Looks a little funky there, but it's not too bad. Okay, what are we going to do with the top of the page here? So I obviously covered some of that. I think what we can do is add a whole other like header that says September, like maybe I could letter it or something. Or maybe there's a like a longer box sticker. I doubt it. Oh, let's get the box stickers for these boxes though. I'm thinking like a tan would be good. I kind of want one in this color. Let's see if there's any in that color. I could make some out of one of these stickers actually. So sometimes I will look for like the color that I need in another sticker. Like if there's a portion of it, I can cut it out and then it works for me, you know. Okay, it's not totally perfect, but I think it's okay. Take this other one. Okay, I think that actually looks really cute because it does match the color up there and it feels more cohesive then. So we have to figure out what to do up here. Actually, I could have taken some from this page probably. There's a lot of space, darn it. And I didn't have to cut up those stickers. I didn't think of that, but that's all right. So I have this piece of paper. Let's look at this letter sticker book again. What if I use these same stickers? Let's see how that would look. Now I'm not centering it with the ruler on here because I'm going to cut around this. So I don't need to. I could leave it like that, or I was thinking about putting it on top of green paper, but I think instead what I'll do to make it a little more interesting is maybe just like draw a line around the outside of it. I could also put scallop strip on there and let's see what that would look like. Like I could do that. Might be too much of like a line and then a line. I think I'm not going to do that. Let me try for a dotted line, I mean a dash line, and see how that looks. If it doesn't look good, I could connect them and make an actual line probably. I want it to be a little bit thick, so I'm using a Pigment Micron size 10. I want it to be slightly chunky because the lettering for Lenny and Levi is like heavier. I think that looks cute. Now let's put some tape on it. And we got a cat hair in there, so just a bonus, I guess. And we'll place it right over that at the top. Okay, I love this page. I think it's so, so pretty. I think I might fill this part out on my own time. So the things though that I'm gonna write here, and in this one, I'll probably like do it right here. I don't know quite how I'm gonna do that yet, but I think the things I'm gonna write, number one, something about my work schedule because I feel like I'm not working efficiently enough. And I just wanna get a handle on that because I want to have like a more efficient schedule as we go into the fall and winter season, which is the busiest for planner influencers. So I just want to get that kind of nailed down so that I can just be a little more productive. The second one has to do with my late husband. So I don't know if you know, but my husband passed away in 2018 and I still have a bunch of his stuff and I don't need any of it. I just need photos and videos and I don't need the stuff itself. And I want to get that to his daughter and save some for his younger daughter as well. So I have to separate some of that stuff out. There's things that could go to his friends and stuff. So I just need to get a handle on that and take care of that stuff because that's been weighing on my mind. The last thing has to do with finances. I told myself I was going to stay on top of finances for taxes this year and I did not, and it's already September. So I need to get a handle on that. I am really bad at like budgeting. I'm also bad at just tracking finances and keeping track of tax things. And so I need to just really dive into my finances and figure out what's going on. I feel sort of out of control in that area. So those are three things that like I feel is making me feel out of control. Let me know in the comments what is making you feel out of control now. And have you ever thought about making a page of those things and making a plan to change them or make it a little bit better? What I'll do is put a header on each of these about what the problem is, and then I'll write something like the plan or something and schedule this kind of stuff into my September to at least have a specific plan of days or times that I'm going to work on, that I'm going to be like working on these things. I don't know about you, but when I have a plan, and probably if you're a planner, you feel this way, but when I have a plan in place, I immediately feel better. And that's part of why I'm a planner, because if I know what I have to do and I make a plan, I feel like I can conquer this. If I'm feeling out of control, I don't have a plan, and that is when things go bad in my life. And so I just want to like rein it back in and try to figure this stuff out. Don't forget, this beautiful sticker book will be linked in the description box. I always appreciate it when you use my links. It helps me out a great deal. And this is just a gorgeous sticker book. I love this one so much. And I think you really will too. There's a whole bunch of other beautiful sticker books in the Happy Planner Fall release, as well as some gorgeous planners. I do a flip throughs of the stuff I received from Happy Planner up on YouTube, so you can check those out. But I wanted to use this one first because I think it was my favorite of all. All right, so thank you guys for watching and happy September. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.